All right. So I want to start things off by doing a quick little, do a couple of tournaments. I think those are good. They're good. They are good test setups here. So one-on-one tournament. Arena's Raw is fine. Match type normal. Yeah, male. All right. Custom superstars. We're going to throw Akira in there. We need to test Akira and somebody else. Let's throw. So we've got 10. We've got 10 of them now. All right, who's Akira going to be? Actually, I'm going to pick the 4. Yeah, I'll do 4 pairs here. So next one will be 6. This slot will be 6. 4, 5. That'll be Carlos Gonzalez. 5. Bruce Leonard. And this will be number 7, which will be the last one. Should be. Xander Voda. All right. Let's throw. Eugene there. Satoru there. Alex. And then it's a coin flip between Barton and Yosef here. I'll give it to Yosef. We've done a lot of testing we've done a lot of testing on Barton, so. All right. All right, first match. Akira Sakamoto versus Eugene Eric Mann. I haven't done a lot of testing of Akira, so Eugene actually beat him in the one match they did. It was a weird, fluky match, though, so. Yeah, this is updated Akira. This is not super heavyweight Akira. This is just heavyweight Akira. I did adjust super heavyweight Akira also to be slightly better, I think, but I have 2 of them, so I can do testing and see which one I end up liking better long term.
The following contest is a championship first round match. Making his way to the ring from Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 313 pounds, unbreakable Akira Sakamoto.
I'm going to pause after this because I want to do one quick thing before I forget. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably highlight both tournaments I do tonight. So that, we can easily refer back to them if need be. I might even upload some of this to YouTube, honestly. AKA the damage sponge. I'm going to pause here for a second. 1 second. just do one quick thing here while that's running. Hang on. I apologize for this. Excellent. Bonk. He's a little bit more than a punch bag. He's capable of winning is the thing. It's just, you know. All right, let's see. Did Kara just, like, break his hip or something? Bear hug spine buster. I love that move. Hey, Nick. You there, Nick?
Hey.
There we go.
Yeah, it was sometimes Discord likes to take its time.
Yep.
Recognize that.
I'm going to pause for 1 second. Need one thing here. No, okay, I did that already. All right, never mind. Yeah. All right, just for a second. So yeah, I'm doing what I often do for what I've done for testing a couple of times when I've had enough new guys is I'm just throwing it to Kerm together.
Seeing how things shake out.
Yeah. So I did not include Barton this time because he's like the guy I have who's most tested by and far of all the guys, the male wrestlers I've made.
That makes perfect sense, yeah.
This is the newest guy here.
The guy with the mask?
Well, face paint, but yeah, the sumo wrestler.
Oh, gotcha. Very long hair in a sumo wrestler.
Well, sumo wrestlers actually generally do have very long hair. They usually have it tied up in a
they
queue.
just braided up, yeah.
Like, if you're like, remember like what Yokozuna's hair looked like as the match went along.
Yeah, true. Or also just as his career went on and
yep.
Stopped caring about presenting as much grandiosity.
Yep. Yeah, I was waffling between this and going with like the man bun, which would make sense because as much as the samurai top knot is awesome, it's just a little impractical for a pro wrestler in my opinion.
True.
I had a hard time deciding what to use for his finisher, so I ended up going with Samoan drop.
I mean, if a big guy like that just picks you up and throws you at the ground, it's gonna
yep.
hurt. So.
Now, most of his offensive stats are in arm strength, grappling, and running.
Something that I billion moves in the game.
Yep.
So the animations are better than others.
Yep.
So you skip pretty quick for the finisher at least. We're making tag teams though. Not as many good options.
No. I've not gotten around to fiddling with tag teams much in this, so. I've done some tag matches, but you know, not like actual tag teams.
Right. Designed to go together.
On the ropes.
I just got the June's weird
Yeah. I believe that's technically speaking one of Heath Slater's things, because that's what the moveset I copied for this guy.
He did kind of that.
Yep. I do not know what it is. Eugene is like literally the worst, one of my worst competitors, intentionally so, largely. And he just has the sumo wrestler's number for some reason.
There is an interesting, there's just kind of a weird compatibility of certain.
Here is your winner, Eugene.
I've noticed that
Eric.
just a ton of situations that there'll be a wrestler that dominates everyone else, but against one particular guy, he just can't beat them.
Yep.
So.
I'm gonna adjust the audio a little bit down. Oh, that's good, Tachi. I let Tachi downloaded a few of the female wrestlers I have to test for testing against her the wrestler she's working on, and she's gotten her to about 50-50 with most ones she's downloaded, except for one of them who've just been killing her constantly. She's finally won a match against her. It's like, oh god, why? All right, back to the tournament. Continue. Well, all right, Eugene, you beat Akira. Sorry, Akira. Shouldn't. I'll have to fiddle
Should
with.
not be, but it is.
I also tweaked Satoru Suzuki's build a little bit. He was a little too bulky for. I was going for sort of a chunky cruiserweight, and ended up being a little bit overinflated. So I toned it down a little bit when I had a chance.
So that he would be a little bit more cruiserweighty.
He didn't look it. And he's short, so he's short, weighs 200, so he should be bulky, but
that is a fun aspect of the game, is that weight doesn't actually have any effect on appearance. So you can just be like, well, I want this wrestler to wrestle like a heavyweight, so I'm going to make them weigh 300 pounds.
Yep.
They are
Making his way to the ring.
5'2" and thin.
Weighing in at 200.
actually, I find that actually works better with the female wrestlers, interestingly.
Does it?
Because they don't announce the weight of the female wrestlers.
True.
Which I think is interesting.
Well, because it's, a matter of the presentation.
Yep. No, it is.
So
I get why. It's like...
It is, interesting that they just don't announce it at all.
Like, some of the arenas, they'll actually, list their height sometimes. Carlos is such a slime ball. I love him.
Look at me. And all the colors in my jacket.
Yep.
And his opponent.
Oh yeah, he looks a lot better.
Yamaguchi, Japan, weighing in at 200.
He's still stocky, but
Shogo Satoru Suzuki.
he doesn't start giving that vibe of being about as wide as he is tall. And Carl's already begun his game plan. Let's see.
So the other day, I suddenly just realized, like, oh, right, I could stream from my PS4 if I wanted to, but in order to do that, I had to actually move my capture card from my old PC over to my new one.
Right.
So it didn't take me very long to do it, because it's such an easily removable piece.
Right.
But it was kind of funny because my old PC had these slips in it that you could, I think, just like slide out. And this one I had to actually like break off a little bit of the panel in order to make room for the capture card.
Huh.
It was kind of like you know, like a model kit.
Right.
In terms of like there's little bits holding it on that you just have to snap it off of. But I had to do it. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you got it in.
Well, I mean, he hit him, which is
Kind of. He overshot a little there. And at least he didn't land in a way that would have killed. That would have actually seriously injured him. Really would have.
Oh yeah.
Really would have hurt like a motherfucker. It could have broken his
thing.
coccyx, I guess.
That was the thing, because like Bad Bunny has been in Raw the last few weeks, and like so that first one after the Royal Rumble, he did a dive onto Morrison and Miz, and it was just like, oh no, someone dove onto Miz, because it didn't go as great as it could have. He wasn't hurt clearly,
right?
It was just back the next week, but just like, are you serious? You had this guy that you're like getting slipper heel stuff, and you have Miz be one of the guys supposed to catch him. Miz.
And, well, bonk. Oh, setting up for his finisher. Which just doesn't look good that close to the ropes.
Yeah, it is interesting the way that affects it.
Yeah.
He just rubber banded those things.
Yes, he did. Busted him open. Huh.
I did, so I was looking, I've been making move sets over the last few days. I'm making 5 of them because I got one Sailor Scout model, so I was like, I just need to recolor these bits and I can just reuse it.
Change the hairdos and recolor.
Yeah, pretty much. And so, yeah, I've got, well, like, changed the shoes on a few of them, but yeah, so I've got an entire stable of Sailor Scouts.
Nice.
Now, and I've been making very different move sets for
Excellent.
them, which has been fun to do. But I was a little bit disappointed as I was looking through stuff because it's like, you know, there are some things where it's like there's just not quite the move in the game that matches with one you know exists in real life, and it's like, oh,
Yep.
that move. Because, you know, there are certain moves that just aren't done in WWE. You can't find all of them. So I was looking for a Fire Thunder driver to give it to Jupiter because Thunder.
Right.
And there's just no move in the game that's quite right because it's a you know a pile driver variation that doesn't get used in WWE at all. So I had to give her something a little bit different.
Yeah.
But you know, just one of those things where it's like it makes you wish like, can't just let me like make my own move in the game. I liked the real creator. I know that it was broken mechanically, but it was it was fun.
It was fun.
Do.
Oh, goody. I
Fun.
could use Bruce Leonard's up.
It was fun to be able to, you know, just put in 7 taunts in the middle of a move.
You could it made making Dan Beaky work more easily.
Oh yeah. It's like,
So,
and now he's doing the fingers, and now he's doing the crotch chop, and now he's doing.
oh god. So, Bruce here is 2 iterations of name concepts down from where I started. Because they just didn't have things in the voice lines that matched up. So my first thing, I was disappointed to discover that Shogun is not in there as a title. I discovered Leroy's not in there either. So,
Aww.
and so the name had to change a bit, and the character changed with it a bit.
So he was gonna be Leroy Shogun.
No, he was originally going to be Shonuff, the Shogun of Harlem,
Oh, that sounds awesome.
and then he was going to be Bruce Leroy, but that's not there either. So now he's Bruce Leonard. And his personality kept changing as the names changed.
Bruce Leroy's great.
It is. All from the same movie. Those two. The Last Dragon.
That's a wonderful scarf he's got on.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, Jason Jordan's theme song is such an arrogant bastard theme song. It's wonderful. Like, absolutely wonderful.
And his opponent, from Amsterdam in the Netherlands, weighing in at 235 pounds, Dalian Alex Benson.
Supposedly he's been training for a comeback.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Chad Gable was talking about him in an interview and saying, like, oh yeah, he's been trying to get back in ring condition again.
Cool.
So basically Gable was hopeful that they might be able to do an American Alpha reunion.
That'd be cool. This is my most overtly superhero character I've made.
He does look it, yes. Sadly, no Hurricane theme in the game.
No. It has the entrance, which I was when he had a cape, was trying to use it, and the cape kept clipping in weird ways, so I gave up on it.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So
he's got a little bit of a. He's got a very Red Robin kind of look to him, though.
Yeah. But yes, he's my.
Or I guess.
Yeah.
I guess Red Robin actually doesn't have the hood, but you know what I mean. Tim Drake Robin.
Yep.
Had the hood.
He's like a much larger, bulkier Tim Drake, sure.
Or Arsenal. He looks
Yeah.
a lot like Arsenal now that he doesn't have the hoodie on.
Yep, that's when Tachi was talking about chat.
Oh, that's a great time to fucking taunt just after the second move of the match.
Yeah.
Bruce is making me remember that one episode of Samurai Jack. It was so good. I'm the samurai. Did you watch the new season of?
I've not
Samurai
watched
Jack?
it. I've not got around to it. I keep meaning to. I haven't gotten to do it yet.
It's good.
Yep.
Like, it's very different from how it was because, it was very much catering to, you watched this as a kid and you're 30 now. Like, not that there were no adults that watched Samurai Jack back when it was airing. I know there were quite a few people who were really into it. So.
Hi.
Yeah. Well, people in my dad's group of friends who were geeks were into it too. So.
Interesting, Tachi.
Yeah, I do think it's really weird that they have the two different reversal options in the game. It's like, this one will give you an auto reverse, but this one will just give you a straight up reversal. And the auto reverse can't be used on finishers. Well,
The auto reverse is, I guess it's faster, I guess.
it is also, I mean, when you're not dealing with computer level automatic reflexes,
Yeah.
then I could see wanting to have it over just the extra reversal, especially if you're new to the game. But I don't know, it is just kind of an odd design decision that you've got all these things that have very different effects, and then two that are almost the exact same effect.
Yeah, I've actually found they end up working slightly differently. It seems that they work differently depending on the wrestler for me, weirdly. I've had some wrestlers who work better with the auto reverse and some that work better with the extra reverse, and I'm not sure what it is exactly. It may have to do with personality settings.
Or the mics.
By the way, Alex here's moveset is very, very heavily based on a particular wrestler's. Yeah, there we go. I figured the superhero might as well have John Cena's moveset.
I didn't know that Cena did that swing out face buster thing.
He might not. I had to change a few moves.
Okay.
Like, I dropped the 5-knuckle shovel for a different fist drop.
Okay. So that's what he was doing just there. Gotcha.
So, he does, instead of the 5-knuckle shovel, he does a leaping fist drop. The swing on Neckbreaker, I'm not sure if that was one of the ones that Cena has or not. I don't remember.
It's a little bit difficult to tell, especially because this game would have come out at a time when Cena was doing a bunch of different things in his moveset.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, this has got the springboard stunner. He has the springboard stunner in this, which I think I dropped because I decided not to give Alex springboard moves. I don't remember. I have to look at his stats again.
I think that the first time that Cena did something like that really got my attention was when he had his match with Punk on Raw going into WrestleMania, where Punk was like trying to basically get back in the title picture,
Right.
and Cena was trying to break his losing streak against Punk, and they just did all sorts of weird shit. Just, you know, Punk pulled out a pile driver for the first time on WWE in forever. And Cena just did a straight up power bomb, I think, to set up for the attitude adjustment. But he also did a Hurricane Rana at one point. And when he did that, I was like, John Cena just did a Hurricane Rana. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Or I guess it was actually a Frankensteiner maybe, but whatever.
Yeah.
And he would eventually, you know, move on to he did like the Code Red a few times and stuff.
Yep.
No, he hasn't actually really wrestled in a few years because all the times that he's shown up have been in very not matches.
Yep.
It looks like we have reached the comic book villains portion of the tournament.
Well, one of them is a monster hunter, and the other is, yes, an outright villain. Xander's the monster hunter.
These two opponents who have monopolies over the last few words of the
The
alphabet.
following contest is a championship
Yes, actually.
first round match. Making his way to the ring from parts unknown, weighing in at 246 pounds, the professional Xander Boda.
Xander is my, oh my god, is he a 90s superhero character? Not quite enough pouches, but he wasn't designed by Rob Liefeld.
No, he looks like he can actually move.
Yes. He has feet.
I remember several months ago someone put up like the anatomical explanation of that one infamous Liefeld Captain America drawing and why it looks that way. And it just has to do with like his body is drawn in a way as if, you know, someone were making one pose, but the orientation of Cap's body is in a different pose.
Right.
So as a result, his musculature looks completely screwed up. And it was like, wow, that's so weird when you see it explained that way.
And his opponent
And like,
from
you know,
Babylon, weighing in at
it's actually, you know,
222
knowing
pounds,
exactly why it's screwed up is so much more interesting than just, you know, looking at it and being like, that doesn't look right.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone can wear that purple and black and gold in that decorative pattern and not be a bad guy. if you're in a department store and you try that on, you immediately become a supervillain.
Yeah, I think so. I'm very happy with his design as an aside.
Not sure if he's a vampire or if he's the master.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, his official nickname is the Warlock, so, you know, and he's from Avalon.
Okay.
Do you also start speaking like Ito when he had to be a villain for class? Yeah, probably.
Oh, yeah. I must enter the mind of a villain. I missed that Ida, honestly.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't gotten to do very much in a while.
I'm way behind on the manga.
Well, the anime will be right at the point in this upcoming season where he gets to do a little something, but it's not much. Actually, he gets involved in a certain battle that happened recently, but he doesn't do a whole lot in it. He's just kind of there.
Gesundheit. Again.
Yeah, I thought I had muted, but I think I accidentally hit the mute button twice.
Oops.
Yeah. It's actually really satisfying in a way when a roll-up does work. Because like, it's just so rare that it actually happens, and I love the post-match animation that happens where the person who executed is just like, bye! I'm rolling away! Yeah! I've gotten Hiruma to win 1 or 2 matches doing that, and it's like, yes, that's perfect for him.
Yes, it is. Absolutely perfect for him.
Actually, earlier today, Nicole and I were watching the latest episode of Dr. Stone, and every now and again Senku does something that reminds me of like, oh right, this is by the same guy who did iShow 21, because it lacked a little bit Hiruma-ish.
Uh-huh.
It's this scene where like something bad has happened, and so Kohaku's running off in order to do something, and everyone's like, wait, what can you do by yourself? But they're also like, but she's too fast for any of us to actually chase her down. And so Senku, meanwhile, everyone's panicking, wondering what to do, is just kind of like very casually climbing a ladder into his science hut so he can get onto a megaphone. And then he's like, hey, lioness! And she immediately stops and is like, stop calling me that! And then they can catch her after he's done that. Oh, this isn't gonna work. Oh dear. Oh! Oh! You're going over there now.
Yes. Xander is very strong. Yeah.
You not to go for the pinning combination because of the ropes. Very good. I actually do quite like his hair.
Yeah.
The way the grays look in it.
That was a. I found it's the same hairdo that Maria Cepeda uses, except it's instead of having a contrasting color, I use to get like a little bit of a gray in there.
Hmm.
So yes, the Monster Hunter from Parts Unknown managed to beat the Warlock. Actually, he kind of clobbered him. I don't think he actually used his finisher either.
Well, he beat him with the tiger suplex.
Oh, I think it might be one of his finishers. Now I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
Here is your winner,
His main finisher is the Claymore.
Ah, makes sense.
Yeah.
It looked like Yosef was trying to set up to use his finisher, and then he was just like, nope, you're going over there now.
All right, Eugene Eric Mann against Carlos Gonzalez. This should be so. It's heel versus heel in the semis, and face versus face in the semis.
Who booked this?
It was. It's a good question. Eugene shouldn't have beaten Akira.
That's one of the interesting things that occasionally happens in New Japan Pro Wrestling, because especially during the G1 Climax and similar round robin tournaments,
Yeah.
because they're round robin, heel versus heel matchups just happen.
Yeah, right.
And it's interesting to see what happens as a result of that. So during the World Tag League that happened, during this the pre-Wrestle Kingdom this year, there was a matchup between GOD and Dangerous Techers, which are the tag team from Suzuki-gun. So it's the tag team representing Bullet Club and a tag team representing Suzuki-gun. And so it's like, well, how do you do this? Both teams are guys that, have managers outside the ring trying to interfere. They have, like Taichi has multiple signature I cheat in order to win spots that he does and stuff. And so they wrestle a match and like there's no clear heel or face during the match. And they just are kind of both not being as nefarious as usual, so that you can kind of take a side and choose who you want to, as opposed to you are the face for this match. The camera pan around him is very nice.
Yes, it is. I will say this: Dolph Ziggler's entrance is legit one of the best heel entrances out there. It's such a cocky dickbag entrance. It's great. I'm so happy with Carlos's coat.
You used like what the pearl effect?
It's either pearl or organza. I forget which. That might be rainbow, actually. I think that's actually the rainbow effect on the flowers, and it's the coat itself is satin. But yeah, there are three that are at varying intensities of that sort of rainbowy effect: pearl, organza, and rainbow.
That was a bad time to talk.
Yes, it was.
I hate when people counter and then they just stand there.
Yeah.
It's such a frustrating thing.
Do
now
something.
It's your turn to hit back.
Don't waste your counter. The worst is when the AI just uses like 3 counters in a row and then doesn't have any for the rest of the match. It's just like,
You just watch them get slowly beaten down.
Yeah.
When there could have been a competitive match instead. I just saw something stupid. Now that his name is Slapjack, Shane Thorne's finisher should be a flapjack.
Oh no.
So you just have a flapjack by Slapjack. Oh god. It's so weird that it feels as though Retribution would be a lot better if there were just not as many people in it.
Hmm.
Because they're just so clearly like, there's just a bunch of goons in this team so that they can be disposable losers. But personally, I feel as though like there have been a couple that have done much better with it than others. And then there's just Dominik Dijakovic desperately trying to seem tough when he's just this weird Bane-looking guy who keeps getting beaten.
Yeah.
And picking weird fights on Twitter.
So yeah, the fact that Gene wins more often than I think he should is just weird, because I designed him to basically just be a punching bag.
Right.
So his ability to take hits and keep going are fairly high, but like nothing he does should actually do significant damage. I don't know what's going on. It's fine. It makes him sort of an interesting wrestler, actually.
The underdog that can win sometimes.
Yeah, but he's a heel.
Oh.
He's the guy the concept is he's the guy who thinks he's way better than he actually is. There's even a little bit more to him than that, but
maybe he could have like a few more like Ziggler's moveset that kind of like show offy things that don't actually do any more damage.
yeah, I'll fiddle with the movesets, and that might be a good idea.
I do remember that there was at one point during the BGCW days, someone, I forget who it was, had one of his taunts as like wake up. It was like his headstand, and the headstand animation took so godly long that he would wake up taunt, and his opponent would recover before he could hit the move.
All right.
Because the groggy animation only lasts for so long.
Right.
So it was a woo headstand, woo. All right, time to hit my up.
Well, if Eugene wins, Eugene wins. I mean, that's... Not like I'm still in testing mode, so, you know.
The following contest is
I actually want Eugene to be somewhat competitive, but, like...
making his way to the ring from Amsterdam in the Netherlands, weighing in at 235 pounds, Valiant Alex Van Site. And his opponent, from parts unknown,
That bit where he rises up is just so... sings so well with the music.
pounds, the professional Xander Boda.
Which is funny because he's using,
B team.
yeah, the B team entrance with Connor's walk-in.
Oh, that's where the backward call comes from.
Yeah, someone who's not really with the company, who's not with the company anymore.
Using music for what happened. That's I feel like that was one of the more surprising things when that happened.
Yeah.
also a guy that I haven't heard a lot from since he was let go. I mean, obviously, with the way things are, a lot of people are probably not getting as much work as they normally would. But
Right. Yeah, there's some moves I had to drop from the Cena's moveset because in order to get it, Cena's more well-rounded ability build than you can really get on the point value I'm using for the guys.
Yes, Cena has a moveset appropriate for someone who has a 94 overall rating or whatever it is.
He's like only 89 in this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's the highest in this is tie between Lesnar and The Rock at 93. Cena's like 89 or like somewhere between 89 and 91 in that range. I forget exactly. Yeah, I was surprised. Like Lesnar being the top ranking, I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
Oh, Rock's 93, Brock's 92. Okay, Brock's a little bit lower. But yeah, those two being that high, it's like, yeah, I get Brock being that high. I get Rock, I guess, yeah. Yeah, for the initial set of stuff for Xander, I started with Drew McIntyre and did a lot of tweaking.
I do miss a few of the movie animations that were in older versions of the game that either didn't get recreated or just didn't carry over for whatever reason. Older versions of the game were much friendlier to boxer style wrestlers.
Yes.
I believe is largely because they had Mike Tyson in the Attitude Era version of the game.
Yeah. That would make sense.
Actually reminds me of when they had the Terminator in one of the games.
Well, it's because the Terminator was in no, never mind. I was thinking RoboCop. RoboCop was in WCW.
Yeah. So was Chucky.
Yep. Because of course they were.
That's been one of the weird things to see happen in All Elite Wrestling is the celebrity crossovers and stuff being much more well-known figures than WWE will get because of the TNT, they were getting stuff, and also Cody's on the one show with Snoop Dogg and everything like that.
Right.
But it does definitely call to mind the celebrity cameos from WCW
Aha.
In a couple of ways.
Thank you, Riptide. It was because Arnold was on Raw that one time.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, yes.
That's why the Terminator's in there. Thank you, Riptide.
Because, they put him into the Hall of Fame based off of that one appearance, yes.
Here is your winner, Valiant Alex Vansani.
One of the podcasts I listen to has a thing where they, every couple of weeks, will put out an episode of them reviewing an episode of SmackDown, and so they just kind of been going through the whole thing over the last couple of years, and so they've been, at this point, covering, I think, the first 2 years of SmackDown,
Right.
So they did cover the episode where Arnold Schwarzenegger was the guest.
Cool.
And it's so weird because, like, he's so charismatic. So he's just such a natural shill, basically.
Right.
So, like, they have him, like, as a guest on commentary, and he's, like, promoting, like, God, what do you I think he's promoting that one. I think he's promoting End of Days, I want to say.
Okay.
The one with the devil in it.
All right.
And so, you know, he's just, you're watching a mask, and he was like, oh yes, you're going to see action like this in my movie End of Days. It'll be so exciting. I'm so excited to be here on SmackDown.
Doing all right, Riptide. Thanks for asking. I hope you're having a good evening. All right, finals of this stupid tournament. I can't believe Eugene made it to the finals. God damn it. I may have to fiddle with him. There's a role I want him to fill, and he's not quite doing it right now. That's entirely possible, Riptide. And if that happens, that happens.
The following contest is the final in the championship tournament. Making his way to the ring from Providence, Rhode Island, weighing in at 215 pounds, Eugene Eric Mann.
What is that facial hair?
It's a not very good goatee and crappy sideburns. I mean,
It's like when you go in for a shave and, like, you're presented with, you know, like a menu with pictures and stuff on it. You don't realize that multiple is not supposed to be what you're supposed to do. You're just supposed to point at one of them instead of putting down check marks on multiple options.
And his opponent from Amsterdam in the Netherlands, weighing in at 235 pounds, Valiant Alex Vanside.
all right. I'll be doing we're gonna be testing some of the women's wrestlers I'm working on next. After this, we'll doing a tournament with that, and then we'll do some other stuff after that. But people you make to be jumpers always end up main eventing. that seems to happen sometimes, yeah.
I mean, that happened for me too. I mean, Deep Dope was supposed to be kind of a joke character,
Right.
but then he started being competent.
Yeah.
All right, are you ready for this, Gav? All right, another rocker dropper.
It's so funny listening to you build that.
I forgot that he he streamed that.
It was funny.
All right, are you ready for his finishing moves? Super kick and curb stomp. Yeah. Had you going there, didn't I?
I'd like Alex to just carry Eugene like it was absolutely nothing there.
Go.
Thank you for the follow, Riptide.
What? Wait.
I'm not sure how that worked, but okay.
Look, man, you're kicking my ass too much. Can you make me look a little good? All Alright. Oh no, he kicked me! Oh god!
Call it Ms. Dowson, and the game just says it needs to be main event material somehow. I mean...
Oh god. That whole thing was a very interesting, just observational study in the troubles of naturally becoming a winner. Well, we've been given these, we've been told to have, you know, plans for this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. We don't have plans for this guy, but we need to fill out weekly television. So we'll keep on giving him segments so that the crowd will be happy with it. But then we haven't been told to do anything with him, you know, to build him up or anything like that. So once that storyline's over, we're just done. We're not going to continue with that momentum to do anything because he's not part of the plan or whatever. So it's the interesting and frustrating contradiction of long-term plans versus we have to rewrite the script 3 hours before the show begins.
One, really? Okay.
He did just only hit a kick, so... Sorry, he was gonna like get up and do the defiant, I'm gonna make my comeback. Is like, nope, another kick to the back. Here we go.
Okay, well, all right then.
He didn't even hit his finisher, did he?
No. Signature.
See, I feel like that's how all of Eugene's matches are supposed to go. So.
Pretty much. Well, yeah, kinda.
Peter, you can't say that he didn't get his offense in. Didn't you see Van Cise go over that barricade? He kicked him so hard.
Yeah, that's the 5-knuckle shuffle replacement there.
Here is your winner.
It seemed like he just did a normal one, too.
Actually, that might have been the normal one. I think he did the 5-knuckle shuffle before that. I don't remember. All right.
You're not citizens.
You're not citizens. I've defeated the threat of Gene Eric Man, really?
I think that's why he's actually shrugging. He's like, don't look at me. I didn't put him in the finals.